y'all, welcome back. This is Michelle from Michelle's Empty Nest, and today we are going to do weeks 2 and 3 in my 2022 Project Life. And so I have both of my packets ready. I'm going to attempt to do these real time because they're both, I think, going to be very quick. As a reminder, I am doing 9 by 12 for my Project Life this year. And so I have my page protector ready. And I will say, please excuse my voice. I'm hoping I don't have a coughing fit during this. I am on day 10 of COVID and still struggling a bit. Much better than I was, but I have put off filming videos because I sounded like a dying frog for a long time. So this is a great improvement over where I have been, and I just hated to keep putting off videos any longer. So we're going to try to get through this as best we can today. I did want to mention that after Crystal let us all in on the fact that these story planners were on clearance on Allie's website, I did purchase several of them, and I'm using them for a few different things this year. They were on sale for, I think, maybe about $4 when I bought them, and then I think now they may be even marked down further. And also the pads that come, different types of story planning pads that come with them. I think they were like on clearance for $1, maybe something like that. So I'm just tearing off a few at the time. And then since I only do one page, not a double spread, for a week of Project Life, I've cut mine in half. And so I've got a right side and a left side that I can use because these are mirror images of each other. So I did want to mention that. That way I like to sketch these out just like I do my other projects. And so you'll see that each week I'll always have, it's just simple, but it reminds me what goes where in case things get out of line in my little, pocket here, or I change my mind and I just want to see how things would work otherwise. I've got this sketch to guide me. And so I'm going to go ahead and get started on week 2, which for me is January the 9th through the 15th. I do mine Sunday through Saturday. I'm kind of old school, and my week has always started on Sunday and not Monday. And so I do my Project Life Sunday through Saturday. And so I have already gone ahead on this gratitude and hope card and placed a label. This was a Studio Calico label, I'm pretty sure. And I went ahead and did my date stamping. And then I have a screenshot of the story that I shared when the creative team announcement was made for Syncopation Design. So if you have not heard, Jennifer selected me to be on her creative team for 2022 for Syncopation Design. She designs digital products, and they are gorgeous, and she is a very wonderful, sweet lady. So if you have not checked her out, you definitely want to go and do that, and be on the lookout for my projects as I share them throughout the year. Then I have a picture of the lake that was outside of the window at the 4-day crop that I went to at a place called Charlie Elliott. It's a wildlife center here in Georgia, and they have like a huge dining hall that can be used for a conference center and things like that. And so we had a 4-day crop. That's likely where I got COVID because the timeline just fit. I had not been out and about with other people when the symptoms started. So that's probably where I got it from, but that's the chance we take these days. And then I have this goals card that says, make it happen. And I'm pretty sure all of these were from the, hold on a second. I think I got these all from the January 2021 Stories by the Month kit. And so for that one, I decided to put this little selfie that I used. It was for the Thursday 3, the day that the crop started, because going to this crop by myself where I knew no one is a huge goal, and I made it happen, and so I thought that was appropriate. And then I have a photo of someone at the crop, actually the roommate that I had there, that I didn't know before we started rooming together, but we quickly became friends. She took this photo of me. The theme was Follow the Yellow Brick Road. And so I have a little basket with Toto. I'm on the Yellow Brick Road with the Emerald City curtain behind me. And then this paper was actually a Felicity Jane paper. I just wanted something fairly subtle to print this out at, it's almost a 4x4. I think I probably did it 3.75 by 3.75 and then left a little bit of a border there. And this is where we all stood to take our picture as a group. Again, probably where I got COVID. And I'm laughing just because, I mean, at this point on day 10 and I'm still struggling, it's, you know, sometimes we have to laugh to keep from crying. But I had a wonderful time. I wouldn't change anything for the world. But anyway, this is where we stood for our little photo backdrop. This was a house that someone had made with a tornado and a Tin Man and Dorothy's feet under there. So that was pretty good. And then I had a photo of one of our cats, Margot, and she was just looking out at the sun. They are so attracted to light. I don't know if it's the light color of their eyes. I've never had cats attracted to light like my two Siamese cats are. So I don't know if it's just them or if it's a trait of Siamese cats or what. So all I am going to do for this layout is just grab my tiny attacher. Let me put a little tape runner on there first. That would make some sense, wouldn't it? Y'all, I'm out of the habit because I haven't scrapped in a while. So I'm just going to put a couple staples there for that one. And then I'm going to do the same thing down here for this picture of me holding Margot. Her sister's name is Stella. Margot is the sweet one. She rarely ever gets in trouble. Stella, her sister, gets in trouble on a regular basis. So let's see. I think I'll put them on this side this time. But they are quite fun together. They were my 50th birthday present in 2020. I'd always wanted Siamese cats, and so my husband got two for me. We drove down to Florida, picked them up, and drove back the same day. So it was a lot of fun. All right, so let me go ahead and get these in here if I don't have to trim any of them down. And I'm not doing any other embellishing. If you notice, there's no journaling, but all of this is documented elsewhere where there is journaling. And I know that doesn't help anyone looking at my Project Life album, but honestly, as many people say, I do this for myself, not really for anyone else. So I'll know what these photos are looking back. And I mean, I think they're fairly self-explanatory for the most part to anyone who might be looking at them. So I'm just keeping it very simple. I think it's busy enough without adding anything to it. So let's look at week 3. And I do store them all separately because typically I wouldn't do 2 in one video, but these were just both very short and simple. So here's my sketch for this one, and you can see I have my dates in the week up there at the top. And I do try to keep my cards in somewhat of the order that they're going to be in. So you'll see I called that one my title card. And then I do think I changed this around. I'm going to put that up there just in case I did. And if I didn't, I'll swap it back. And then I have a filler card, picture of us out eating. Okay. So on these, I have just the facts. This was a card from the Stories by the Year kit from Allie that she put out, I believe, last year. And so it has 4x6s and 3x4s. And so both of these cards, in fact, all 3 of these cards, the polka dot, the yellow polka dot, the Just the Facts card. I did do this one digitally since I wanted to type on it. And this card all came from the Stories by the Year kit. And this was another one from a Stories by the Month kit. Hold on. Okay, sorry, my dogs were barking at something outside. We'll see. We may make it through the rest of it. We may not. So since I was typing on this one digitally in Photoshop, I just went ahead and did a text box with my date range, which was January the 16th through the 22nd. And for location, I just put Georgia because this was in different places. So that's why I did that. On this one, this was the first project that I did for the Syncopation Design creative team. And so I'm just going to attach that one, and it's actually a little bigger than the card. Sometimes I think the cards are not exactly a full 3 inches, and so that is probably the case there. And again, I'm going to use my tiny attacher. I just like that look. If I have something that is smaller than my card, it gives it a little interest and texture. And then for this one, the January Stories, I put this picture of me. I'm covered in snow. It's really hard to tell, I'm sure, on camera, but my black sweater and even on my glasses were covered with snow because I was having to load up everything to go home on the Sunday of this week in the snow. It started snowing. It doesn't do that very often here in Georgia, but it did indeed snow some that week. All right, and then on my filler card, I have this chipboard piece that says Loving the Story. So I'm going to add it, and even though I don't love the story down at the bottom, I do love these two. I do love that I was out and about, and I do love that I was with my husband having a date day after I had been gone for 4 days. So I'm just going to add this in there. And then on this picture, we were at Taco Mac. This was the Monday between the Sunday when I got home and the Tuesday that I started feeling sick. So I don't think it was from this day that I got sick. I think that timeline would have been a little too rushed. And then on Thursday, my husband brought me home an at-home test because it was going to be days before I could get into a testing center near me. Anywhere near me. So he did bring home a test and I tested positive. And then this was the list of over-the-counter medications that the doctor told me to take. They said at my doctor's office, since it was viral, they weren't prescribing anything unless you were still sick after a while, which obviously I am. And I probably need to go to the doctor, and I'm planning on doing that probably on Monday. I'm filming this on a Thursday, so I'm going to give it a few more days. But I will read these to you real quickly. So it says, Just the Facts. Number 1, I completed my first project for the Syncopation Design team this week using the Mind and Body collection. I had a lot of fun creating this photo list layout. You got this. And so that's what it was called, and it has journaling that would tuck in behind this, and I made it into a 9x12 layout. Number 2, as I headed home from the Cropping Crazies 4-day event at Charlie Elliott Wildlife Center on Sunday, the snow was coming down pretty good. I was covered by the time I got my vehicle loaded up. Again, my filler card. And then number 3, Monday, Olin and I had our second official date day of 2022. We had a great time spending the day together, shopping just for fun, and eating a late lunch at Taco Mac. And then down here, number 4, I said, then, bam, I started feeling really sick on Tuesday. It hit me out of nowhere and didn't let up. I finally got a test on Thursday, and to my surprise, I was positive for COVID-19. And then number 5, I called my doctor's office for medical advice and was given a list of over-the-counter medications to take to treat the symptoms of the virus within my body. I added these to my regular vitamins and supplements. So I was already taking some vitamins and supplements. I have my thermometer as well as my oximeter so that we are able to, my husband also, about 2 or 3 days after me, came down with COVID as well. So again, it just seemed like the timeline was probably right that I caught it over the weekend, and then he got it for me within a day or two of being home. I am going to use some of these stickers on here. They came, I'm pretty sure, in the same January Stories by the Month kit. And so I wanted to put some things about, like, maybe documented here. And then on my list was a good one for this picture, because these are the medicines on my list. Enjoy Life is going to go here, because that's what we were doing. Even in this pandemic, we've still got to try to do our best. And then I think I'm going to do around here on this one. Let's see, and I may put it right here above these staples. I could have stapled it on if I'd have thought about it, but I didn't, and that's okay. I don't really want to stress out too much over these layouts. I just don't think it's necessary for Project Life to be stressful. So there is that. And then I will get all these cards placed in there after I get some photos. And that will finish me up for week 2 and week 3 of my 2022 Project Life. So that means I'm pretty current right now. It's almost the end of week 4, and I'll get that one ready and filmed for you next week. So I appreciate you stopping by today so very much. It means more to me than you will ever know. If you enjoyed the video, I would love a thumbs up down below, as well as please consider hitting that subscribe button if you have not already. I'd love to have you here as part of my little YouTube family. And until I see you in the next video, take care of yourself and do something good for yourself. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.